Last on Doll Club. This episode of Doll Club, this is the reason why God gave me this message, because not only is it freeing me from doing those things, it's freeing other people that didn't even realize that they were doing those things.
On the 10, the famous taking up a here shit, playing around with the camera, silly shit. It all started as a joke. I ain't know then that I can do this all for real. Pad in the pen, met a nigga, knew a nigga with a studio. He like, I think you should record. I think that.
Honestly, I wanted to make this aesthetically pleasing, but honestly, I have rough days too, and some days I don't feel like showing up, and this is one of those days, but I'm still going to show up for you guys. I'm still going to make this video, and yeah, this is how my hair is looking right now. I was gonna do like a get ready chit chat with me because I have a message basically that I feel like I should share with you guys, and this is like way off of like the grid. Usually I ask you guys every week what episode y'all want from me, and then I will, like, you know, plan the episode out. But today is different, you guys. Like, God gave me a message, and I just want to give y'all the message because I've been having a tough week. I literally before June started, I made this whole plan for myself. I can literally show y'all plan for myself to to have better habits and stuff, and like a routine for myself, just to stay on track and focus, because you know, when you're your own business owner, it's hard to stay on track and stay disciplined. So I was like, I'm gonna create a routine for myself. You guys, I made a whole entire routine last week and literally didn't do nothing that was on the list. I literally stayed in bed pretty much the whole week. I made one episode for the Mindful Monday, and then I made my Friday episode. But other than that, I feel like I really didn't do anything that productive in my eyes, but I know that stuff still got done. But anyway, I'm rambling, guys. I decided to bring you guys this video. I told you I was gonna do a get ready with me, but honestly, I'm not even gonna distract y'all from the true message that I'm trying to say today. I'm gonna talk about a phrase that God placed on my heart to talk about, and I've been literally seeing like this phrase everywhere. It's as within, so without, and I feel like it really just stuck with me this week because I had a very challenging week mentally, like just, you know, in my own head about a lot of things. And honestly, I feel like it was all leading up to this message that I need to tell you guys for the Mindful Monday episode. So we're going to be talking about as within, so without. And if you see me looking down, it's because I literally wrote the notes from what I was getting at the moment. I can even tell y'all, like, I literally was praying super hard about just my future, my life, and what I have going on at the moment. And he just was very clear to me about a lot of things. I had a dream last night, actually, and I really don't remember the dream too much, but I do remember a freaking mouse. It wasn't a rat, it was a mouse. It was small, and it was just constantly there. And I remember waking up to like it jumping on me. Like I in the dream, the mouse jumped on my shoulder, and it was like all on me. You know, in real life, I'm scared of rats, I'm scared of mouse, I'm scared of anything like that. So like the fact that it jumped on me, I literally woke up out of my sleep because I thought it was real. But that was literally like the only thing I remember for the dream is that mouse. I know that God is giving me some type of significance from that, so I decided to look up the spirit animal of the mouse, and this morning it gave me a lot of insight. I wanted to get into that because I just wanted to tell y'all like literally the background of where I got the message from and what made me want to talk about as within, so without with you guys. So the mouse symbolizes basically being resourceful with what you have in the present moment, and not being not thinking that you can't do something just because you don't have the things that you feel like you need to have. Well, let me get into the message after talking about that. Okay, so before we even get into anything, listen to the phrase as within, so without. What do you feel like this phrase means to you? Pause video, stop, write in your journal, and just come up with a definition that you feel like it means to you. Whatever comes to your mind when you think about that phrase is literally what God is trying to tell you in the moment. So don't doubt yourself, trust your intuition, and trust that this definition came divinely from your higher self. What I believe as within so without is basically, okay, so our inner world is definitely a reflection of our outer world. So however we may be feeling inside is literally what it's going to manifest right before our eyes, because however you feeling is whatever you're going to attract into your life. However you see things in the moment, your perspective is literally what your reality will look like. For example, say you're mad about something, a situation or whatever, you go outside and you trip on a tree stump or something, you're gonna be instantly mad at that tree stump for being right there. But all in all, that tree stump been there, like it was already there before your problems, during your problems, after your problems. It has nothing to do with your problem. But since you are feeling that emotion already, that irritation or that anger, you're gonna just blame it on whatever is in your path, whatever you see. So just take that into consideration. Understand that what you truly feel inside is what you will project on the outside, like what you will literally see, really experience, because our life is our own perspective, is how we experience it. So if you're already in that state of being, in that state of mind, you're gonna see everything as anger, everything as irritation, everything as that. If you're in a place of bliss, if you're in a place of peacefulness, if you're in a place of happiness truly within, then you will reflect that on the outside as well. All right, so let me see. Well, that comes to the point where when you begin to truly love yourself, that's when you will when love will come to you. When you begin to truly care for yourself and nurture yourself the way you want to be loved, that is when love will show up in your life. Light will show up into your life. One thing I like to do to make sure that I stay grounded is always, whatever I feel like I want in this lifetime is what I want to serve to the world, what I want to put out into the world. That's the type of energy that I want to put out. So if I want love and support, and I feel like I haven't really been getting love and support as much, that means internally something, I must not be loving and supporting myself on the level that I want it. Because literally, as the saying says, as within, so without. So if I'm giving myself all that love and all the support, then of course all around me, that energy is gonna come back to me, because that's kind of how it is. Like what's that thing called, a boomerang effect. If you're giving out love, positivity, great energy, all that is going to come back to you in return, and you have to trust and believe that it will. Giving and serving to your community, to your world, is like the #1 way to humble yourself. That's the #1 way to open yourself to receive many more blessings. Something that my boyfriend told me a long time ago was, if you keep your hand out, if you keep your hand tight like this, you know, penny pinching, you know, can't really do much, then you're not open for the new blessings that can come inside. So I always like to think about that in everything that I do, in love and money and wealth. Whatever I put out into the world is gonna come back to me tenfold. You feel me? I want to get into circumstances, because the whole reason why I was having a tough week this week is because I was allowing my current circumstances to affect my emotions, to affect my mind. But all I had to do was like flip my perspective on things. You know, I'm always talking about this, I'm always preaching about this, but sometimes when you're in the moment, you forget that your emotions can literally get the best of you. Your mind can play tricks on you. Your thoughts can trick you out of being in a happy place and being in constant bliss. Honestly, you're human, you're gonna feel emotion. #1 thing is to work through these emotions and feel these emotions, but do not let them take over. Do not let them trick you. Do not let them constantly play tricks in your mind. You have the power to think of your circumstances in a different perspective. So you don't have to make yourself depressed about your circumstances or dwell on your circumstances, because it's all in the power of how you perceive your circumstances. Just have a open-minded perspective. If you have more of a peaceful, accurate perspective about things, then you won't allow your mind to get you into these dumps. This is why it's very important that you think highly of yourself. It's very important that you think positive things about yourself, and you constantly think positive things about yourself, because one little down spiral of one negative thing about yourself can turn into 100 negative things about yourself, and now your whole mood is negative, you feel me? And now you're attracting more negative things into your life. One thing that I used to do a lot that I never really realized was I would throw huge freaking tantrums, like huge temper tantrums, and if I didn't get my way, or if I didn't get things the way I believe that they should have been, I would literally temper tantrums, you guys, like not want to freaking talk to anybody, not want to do anything until the things that I want come into my face. Like when I tell you guys, it gets bad, but this is the reason why God gave me this message, because not only is it freeing me from doing those things, it's freeing other people that didn't even realize that they were doing those things. We have to be patient with God's timing, shift our perspective of how we see things. You may want something right now, but is it what God wants for you right now? And that's a hard pill to swallow. I understand. Like, I literally feel you, girl. It's a hard pill to swallow when you want something but it's not time for that, or when you want something but it's not good for you, or when you want something and you feel like it's your freaking breakthrough right now but it's still not there. And that all comes with holding on to faith, having faith, and believing in faith, because you release control. It really allows God to bless you miraculously. What you feel like you need may be a penny pinch of what actually God is trying to bless you with. So honestly, I can tell you from my experience, patience is hard. Patience is very hard, but it is very doable and it is very achievable with God. You have to have God's strength. If you don't have God's strength, then it's gonna feel like it's the end of the fucking world to you. It's gonna feel like nothing is going your way, and it may not need to go your way. What we don't understand is God has a greater plan for our lives. What we see, what we think we need is nothing compared to what He has already in store for us. So you really have to ask God to give you patience. Now when I tell you this, when you ask God to give you patience, God is going to test you. So be prepared for what you're asking for, but know that you will come out greater and stronger on the other side, and you will come out more connected to God, because you decided in that moment, you decided in that phase of your life to trust Him. He loves you, okay? He loves you so much. Everything is what you make it, and basically you have the power to shift your perspective. So whatever situation you're in right now, you have the power to look at it as a positive situation, or you can look at it as a negative situation. It's all about your perspective and how you perceive it, because this is your story, your life. Let me give you an example of like two different perspectives. So someone can have a job because it is their source of like personal fulfillment of their desires. They have this job because they want to experience more out of life. And another person can have a job and have the mindset, oh, I need this job. This job is the only way that I'm surviving right now. Now the person with the mindset of, oh, this is just a source, this is just a source for my personal fulfillment, that person has an abundant mindset, because they know that their true power and true abundance is not coming from that job. It's coming from source. It's coming from God, who gave them the job to have what they want. But if you have a mindset of, oh my God, I have to work this job in order to survive, in order to pay my bills, in order to do this, in order to do that, then you're very limited and you have a lack mindset, because God created you way more than just a worker, just a 9-to-5 working for someone. And I understand not everybody is meant to be an entrepreneur, not everybody is meant to be a content creator, not everybody is meant for these things. Some people are meant for 9-to-5 type of jobs, but what I'm saying is no matter what job it is, know that God is your source, not the job. The job is not upholding you. Trust me, I can snatch that job right away. That's not what's holding you up. So keep in mind, there are mindset shifts that you need to make in order to unlock a new version of yourself. There are mindset shifts that you need to make in order to become the highest version of yourself. My main tip is, if you want more out of this life, you need to focus on the vision. You need to focus on not the goal, not exactly how you're gonna get to the goal, not exactly the money you need in order to like pursue the goal or any of those things, because God is gonna handle that. As long as you get clear about your vision and your goal, you talk to God about it and see if this is in alignment with the plan that he has for you, you're gonna know if it's in your alignment, in your plan. Everything that you need to obtain this goal, to get to this place or wherever you're trying to do, it will start coming to you. God will work with you through the slightest things. He'll reserve your spot just for you. Have a spot that is just for you. Things have your name on it that nobody else can get. I work for a brand, a hair company, and I am the only brand ambassador. God had my name written on that position. No one else can get the spot because God had it for me. And no matter how many followers I have, no matter how many videos I had up or whatever, God gave me a position that I wasn't even qualified for yet, that I feel like I wasn't qualified for yet. Gave me that position, so I'm beyond grateful, I'm beyond blessed. But the point of me telling you guys that is, it doesn't matter what man thinks. It doesn't matter the degrees you have. It does not matter. These things may help you, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't have the final say in what God has for you. So if you were meant to be up there on them big screens or wherever you was meant to be, you gonna get there because it was meant for you in the first place. And one of the things I said in my notes, I was just flowing with God. So I said, notice when you begin to walk in the right direction, focusing on your goal, God begins to give you things to support this goal and make it happen. He'll bless you with the money, with the knowledge, with the next steps, but you have to get started and stop thinking you don't have the things you need to start, because they will come once you begin to move. The biggest thing about living out your vision or actually starting your vision is starting. You have to show him like that you are determined, that you are ready, and that you are willing to fight for the things that you want, because they just won't come to you. You have to begin moving. You have to begin action. You gotta take that leap of faith, because once you do, you'll see that everything around you is literally helping you. Your perspective on a lot of things will change. It will shift, because you see now, okay, I'm really working in alignment with God. He has a plan for my life and he's right by my side while I'm doing it. And honestly, you guys, that is what having faith is all about. You're not going to be able to know everything. Like, you have to trust God, because you're not going to be able to know every next step that's going to happen. You don't know what's happening tomorrow. You don't know what's happening in 3 months. But you do know that God got you no matter what. It shows your real faith. If you take the next step, the big step, that leap of faith, it shows God that you trust him. You can't be so timid, so scared to trust God, because you won't get anywhere. You won't get anywhere, and you don't trust God if you don't go out and take the leap of faith, honestly. And know that whatever you need will be provided for you. Keep in mind that I said need, because not all of our wants is something that we need. I will always provide our needs. If you ain't trusting him, of course you're gonna be feeling lack. And my last message that I want to say in this video is stay obedient. Stay obedient and righteous, and really God will handle the rest, because if you're obedient and righteous, you're able to hear him clearly. You're able to understand the true assignment in the moment, and you're able to decipher like what your time can be best used at right then. I just wanted to bring you guys the information that God blessed me with, the message he placed on my heart, and be resourceful. Be resourceful. The same message he told me. Be resourceful with what you have right now in the moment, and make that shit work, because I know you can, babe. I know you can make it work. If you want to become a sister, all you have to do is subscribe to the channel, and boom, baby, you are already a sister. You're part of the sisterhood community. I love you, babe. Thank you for taking the time to learn yourself. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video, and make sure you come back to see Friday in the Stew. Y'all later.